Hey guys! So today I'm going to share with you my thoughts and opinions and personal experience on drinking with a mental illness. So to get into it, as far as what do, I drink or do I not drink? I do drink. I drink very moderately. I guess you would call me a social drinker for the most part. To put it into perspective, I maybe drink either one beer at a time, half a bottle of wine at a time, or a couple mixed drinks at a time. So I don't drink a lot, and I will tell you the reasons why, because drinking a lot has never worked out well for me ever. Like ever since I very first started as a teenager, just heavy drinking and me do not mix at all. So as far as when I do drink, when I get more tipsy or when I get actual drunk, I often get really sick feeling, like just really nauseous, and I just don't feel good at all. I have a headache. So, and this is like before even having a hangover. This is after I've drank. So I try and avoid drinking very much that's one of the primary reasons, because you don't want to feel like shit. I mean, you're supposed to be drinking so you feel better, not so you feel like absolutely awful. But so one of the times that I have drank more, I'll get into these stories of when I have drank a little bit more, or what my current mood state was in when I was drinking, because that's another thing that you have to keep in mind when you have a mental illness. You have to be aware of, or if you have a mood disorder or a thought disorder, you have to be aware of what your current state is, and you have to factor into, can I drink while I'm in this state? Is it going to have a bad outcome, or am I going to be okay? So that's something that I consider now, is what's my current mood? Should I be drinking? Because bad things have happened in the past, most definitely. So one of the times that stands out a lot that happened, not recently, but more recently than like when I was in my teenager years, is when I was manic and I was drinking, and we were out and we were drinking, and I don't even think that I really had that much, but it was due to the fact that I was already pretty high up there and I was drinking. So I ended up driving 4 people home, just completely all over the place, like speeding down the road, driving on the wrong side of the road, completely reckless. I'm surprised that I got us home, and I'm glad that I did, because I love all those people who were in the car. So I'm really glad that that worked out okay, but that was really reckless. And that night, later on, I ended up cheating on my boyfriend at the time with his roommate. So that was a bad situation. But if you're curious about that, I am still friends with both of them now, and we've worked past that, so thank God for that. But yeah, so that was 2 things: reckless driving and infidelity, that happened when I was drinking because I was manic. So definitely do not drink when you are manic. Lesson number 1. A time when I was younger, when I was, I think, 15 or 16, I was at a party and I was upset, I was mad, and I was getting depressed at the person that I was dating at the time, and I pretty much just grabbed a bottle of rum and started chugging it, and I was so drunk, I was blacked out, I was like screaming and yelling and stumbling everywhere. I don't actually remember this at all. Like I said, I totally blacked out, but apparently like my friend was having to hold my head up so I didn't choke on my own vomit, and the other people there wanted to call 911 because they thought I had alcohol poisoning, and that was just bad all around. So, and the only reason why I drank that much was because I was depressed. So lesson number 2, don't drink when you're depressed. Another time I drank when I was depressed, I took some Xanax while I I had a shot of gin, and that did not end well at all. That actually ended in me cutting myself a bunch. So don't drink when you're depressed, don't drink when you're manic. I don't think I've ever drank when I was psychotic before, so thank goodness for that, because I can't imagine that being a good thing at all. Let's see. So yeah, those are two incidents of just don't drink when you're manic and don't drink when you're depressed. But I can imagine that drinking when you're psychotic would also be a very bad thing, and you probably do not want to do that. So yeah, so that's my path with drinking, and where I'm at now is I don't drink very much at all. I drink very moderately, and I'm curious to how much you guys drink. Do you guys drink at all? Do you guys drink a little? Do you guys drink a lot? Do you happen to have a drinking problem? I know in bipolar it's very common to have an alcohol disorder along with your illness. So want to try and prevent that as much as you can. I know it's difficult, but nothing really comes good out of drinking heavily. So just be careful if you do drink, and always be mindful of your current mood, and just be safe. Don't drive if you have been drinking a lot. Definitely do not drive. I've drinking many times when I have been driving, and it's very dangerous, and I've been lucky not to get pulled over or get into a car crash, but I just don't do it. I wouldn't say many times, but a few times. And yeah, so just do not get into that car and drive if you've been drinking heavily, for sure. But yeah, so that's kind of my words that I have to share on that topic, and I would be interested to hear your guys' stories and how you manage when you're drinking, whether it's if you're depressed, if you're manic, if you're psychotic. If you've ever drank when you're psychotic, I would love to hear that story, because I don't have that experience. So like drinking isn't even a thought for me when I'm a psychotic. I think when you're in a psychotic state, you're too distracted by the hallucinations or the delusions to actually drink. At least that's been my case. So I don't know if any of you guys have, let me know. But yeah, so that's all I had to share with you guys today, and thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for my next video, and I will see you then. Bye guys!